So, Avatar Fire and Ash came out on Disney Plus, and we have to talk about Jake Sully.
Hey guys, I created the script for this video before I was able to watch the third movie, so if any of my perspectives change after that, it won't be present in this video. So yeah.
Enjoy! I cannot stand Avatar. And there are a few reasons for this. Now, I won't be sharing all those reasons. I feel like the video will end up being too long, so I'll stick with one reason. I lied. The pure ritual I possess for these... Oh my god, y'all. I was just trying to say these movies. Jesus Christ. It comes from Jake Sully. Let me state that I think Jake Sully is the absolute worst.
Garbage.
I cannot stand this man. Not as a character, nor as a freaking protagonist in the narrative. This stale white savior, non-bathing, Grinch finger looking fraud of a Navi. Okay, so I'll admit it. I don't like the guy. Is one of the worst protagonists. Truthfully, he is one of the worst overall characters I have seen in a movie in a while. To be fair, I haven't been watching that many movies as of late, but that's beside... Dang it. That's besides the point. He's still terrible. Not only is he a white savior with a superiority complex, and yes, he does in fact have a superiority complex, be for real, but he's a terrible person, lover, father, and leader, which, you know, the white savior part already makes him pretty terrible as a person fundamentally, but I digress. I can't believe that they made over 9 hours of film between 3 movies with this man at the center of them. All I can say is I'm sorry to y'all who think he's a good protagonist, but I don't agree. Anyways. He is a failure. Whoops, did I say that? Yeah, I did. He's not a good fit for the overall narrative, and I mean this conceptually, figuratively, and literally. Matter of fact, the whole narrative should have been scrapped from the get-go. It really feels like this was a cop-out, as if we weren't supposed to notice the inadequacies of his character. Not the ones that were chosen. Oh, no, because that would have been too easy. But the ones that slipped through the cracks and made the movie more unbearable than its overall premise. I'm truly interested in what the writers were thinking when they wrote the story. I mean, the man is stagnant, forever in limbo, as he never progresses as a person. Oh boy. He's disrespectful to the Navi in their practices and ways and their thoughts.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
He doesn't learn from his experiences with those losses, including, but not limited to, the death of his eldest son in the second movie. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you, I can't even get into that with y'all right now. He disregards other perspectives and opinions. I'm starting to believe he is simply incapable of being better, even for the sake of the narrative. I only see the movies being better if they got rid of his character. Oh my god. Who said that? Who said that? I feel like with what this story is portraying, or at least is trying to, it, albeit unwell, should have been delivered by a Navi, not a pretender. The only way the story would have actually been good is if the main character and the savior of the Navi was in fact Navi. You know what? I'm gonna say it. Neytiri is right there. A story from the oppressed perspective. Someone who knows a bit about duality. Someone with actual capabilities. Someone with the drive to be better that actually chooses to be better. Someone who doesn't just think shooting things and running away will solve problems, because he has no real connection to the plight of the people he is so-called protecting. And yeah, I did say so-called because he's not actually doing a doggone thing, except actually helping to bring calamity, while simultaneously leaving them behind to deal with the consequences of his existence and forced assimilation into their culture and spaces. I mean, think about it. This man has no link to the cause. He doesn't choose to become Navi or Turuk Makto out of the kindness of his heart.
No.
He doesn't care about helping the people. He cared about getting some nookie. I didn't lie. The man just wanted some nookie from Neytiri. I'm not wrong. Y'all couldn't possibly say I'm wrong or I'm lying. So, he has no other chain to the plight other than his wife and kids, and that barely had an influence on anything for him. He doesn't have a stake in the game, even with his family involved. So what is his purpose, other than to drive the movie into a pattern of death and destruction as he continues to contribute to the devastation of the Na'vi people, continuously bringing corruption wherever he goes, like a true colonizer? Listen, even though he's not the one who's persecuting the Na'vi, he is bringing the trouble wherever he goes due to Korg being after him continuously. Also, that's not to say that I'm putting all the pressure on him, because obviously the Na'vi were being persecuted anyway. I would have possibly actually liked the movies if the story was told from Neytiri's perspective. And before y'all start to get your knickers in a twist, I'll explain why. I mean, think about it this way. Neytiri is a part of the story from the beginning, so she's a central character. She has duality. She changes with her experiences, whether for better or worse. In many ways, she's more human than Jake, obviously. But the woman has a lot of perspective. You know, she was close with Grace, so she has that perspective of the humans as well as the Na'vi. She grew up with Grace, so she has knowledge there. She has experience there, and I feel like Neytiri would have been an overall better choice to write the story around, because she's a character with depth. She's real. You can feel her emotions in the scenes that she's present in. Though, to give credit where credit is due, we have to thank Zoe Saldana. She means more to the story than people understand. She really drives the plot at many points, and not by words and full confidence like Jake, but by her resilience and her presence in the narrative as a whole. She is an essential character. And let's be honest, she's also more interesting. It's okay. It's okay to acknowledge that a woman is better for the role than a man. Just do it. It's okay. She has these qualities that make your attention really point to her. She's fierce. She's brave. She's also soft, and she's loving, and she bears more of the emotion, or most of the emotions that drive the movie. Jake is usually just mad, but Neytiri feels everything, and you feel everything with her. She sells it, right? And I think that that's something that should be really focused on, and that's only something you can do with her character. Like, Jake could never be that character. I haven't had one scene where he's sad where I felt it, but every scene where Neytiri is in anguish, when she's angered, when she's happy, you feel it. And I think that's an integral part of the storytelling process for this narrative, right? And so I think there's a lot of qualities that Neytiri have that just make her such a great character, that make her qualified to be the protagonist. Like, I just see it, and I think it's such a flaw that isn't her job in the series, you know? Like, it feels like a missed opportunity. But that's just my thought process on it. You may have a different thought process on it, but these are the reasons why I can't stand Avatar.